Samantha, we need to discuss the seating arrangements. Mrs. Langston's voice carried a thinly veiled edge as she sized me up in the elegant Chicago bridal boutique. Given the prominence of our guests, we believe table 19 near the kitchen would be most suitable for you. Table 19, I echoed, keeping my tone even despite the tightening in my chest. But that's not with the family. Precisely, she replied, sharing a knowing look with her husband. The head tables are reserved for immediate family and notable guests. We're expecting the mayor's advisor, several university trustees, people of a certain stature. I'm Olivia's mother, I said plainly. Traditionally, parents sit together at the head table. Mr. Langston coughed lightly. Samantha, we appreciate your role, but you must see our perspective. Our son is marrying into a different world than he's used to. Adjustments are necessary to keep the occasion appropriate. Their words lingered as Olivia stepped out of the fitting room in her wedding gown, her expression clouding as she caught the tension. My name is Samantha Carter, 48, a single mom who raised my incredible daughter Olivia alone after her father walked out before she was born. All I want is to be treated with respect at my only child's wedding, to share her happiness from a place of honor, not tucked away like a shameful secret. Standing in my way are the Langstons, Evelyn, and Charles, whose wealth and outdated biases paint me as unfit to sit with their esteemed family. Mom, what's happening? Olivia asked, her gaze flickering between us. Just sorting out the seating chart, dear, Evelyn cut in before I could answer. Nothing to trouble you with on your big day. The seamstress, pinning Olivia's gown, shifted awkwardly. I'll handle it with your mother, I told Olivia, sparing her the burden 6 weeks before her wedding. Evelyn's smile didn't reach her eyes. Of course we will. Now, Olivia, about the coordinator's idea to streamline the receiving line. Perhaps just Nathan, you, and us would be simplest. Another quiet exclusion. As the appointment ended, Evelyn rested a manicured hand on my arm, her sapphire bracelet glinting. Oh, and the rehearsal dinner is black tie. I assume you'll need time to find something suitable. The implications stung. My clothes, my job, my life were beneath their standards. Later, driving to my modest suburban apartment, my phone buzzed. A text from Olivia. Mom, the Langstons cut Aunt Rachel and Cousin Lily from the guest list without telling me. What's going on? I gripped the wheel harder. This wasn't just about seats or dress codes. The Langstons were carving away our world, reshaping Olivia's wedding to erase her past, and me with it. For 26 years, I've built a life for Olivia and myself, step by step, sacrifice by sacrifice. When James left me pregnant and alone at 22, I had no degree, no support, and no plan. But I had grit and a knack for details, which got me a starter job at Horizon Media. While other single moms might have buckled under the strain of parenting and work, I leaned into it. I arrived early to prep meetings, stayed late to perfect every task, and still made it to Olivia's school plays and checkups. Some nights I'd crash into bed still in my work blouse, too tired to change. But we managed. By the time Olivia hit high school, I'd climbed to executive assistant for Victor Grayson, Horizon Media's CEO and founder, a telecom giant. It wasn't flashy, but it was steady, respected, and it funded Olivia's private school, her activities, and her pre-med degree. When Olivia met Nathan Langston during her residency at City General Hospital, I was overjoyed. He was smart, kind, and adored her. His lineage, son of Charles Langston, hospital board president, and heir to a shipping dynasty, mattered less to me than his character, or so I thought. Our first meeting with his parents at their Gold Coast condo should have tipped me off. Evelyn Langston barely glanced at me after a curt hello, focusing on Olivia. And what does your mother do, dear? She asked Olivia, as if I weren't there. Mom's the executive assistant to Horizon Media's CEO, Olivia said proudly. A secretary, Evelyn murmured with a faint smile. How dependable. I brushed it off then, chalking it up to first meeting nerves. But as the engagement wore on, the signs piled up. Charles spoke over me at dinners. Evelyn left me out of planning emails. They'd drop hints about pedigree and elite schools whenever I mentioned Olivia's childhood. They're just traditional, Olivia said when I hinted at my unease. Once they know you, they'll see how wonderful you are. I wasn't convinced but stayed quiet. This was her joy, her future. I wouldn't let my ego interfere. Yet with each planning session, each backhanded remark about my simple life or lack of social finesse, a suspicion grew. The Langstons weren't just traditional. They resented my presence in their son's life and aimed to shrink my role in Olivia's wedding. For Olivia, I smiled, adjusted, compromised. It's just one day, I told myself. I could handle anything for her happiness. But I didn't see how far they'd push to sideline me. The rehearsal dinner at the Lakefront Club was everything the Langstons promised. Refined, exclusive, and agonizing. I'd splurged on a black dress that still felt out of place among tailored suits and couture gowns. Charles toasted the union of two prominent families, skipping any nod to me or my relatives. My cousin Rachel, her daughter Lily, and my aging Aunt Clara, none of whom were invited to this elite gathering of 60. I held it together, even when I found myself seated with the florist and a junior planner instead of family. Olivia, torn between duties and mingling, stole quick moments with me. "Mom, I'm so sorry," she whispered once. "This isn't what I wanted." "It's fine, sweetie," I said, squeezing her hand. "Tomorrow's what counts." But tomorrow brought fresh slights. At the Palmer House Hotel, 2 hours before the ceremony, I was shuttled to a tiny side room while the Langstons took the grand bridal suite. "Samantha, there you are," Evelyn said when I peeked into the suite, searching for Olivia. "The mother of the bride's space is down the hall. The coordinator should have told you." "I wanted to help Olivia get ready," I said. "We've got it covered," Evelyn replied, nodding at the stylist swarming my daughter. "Too many hands will just clutter things. Maybe focus on yourself. The photographer needs Langston family shots at 3, then we'll squeeze in yours with Olivia if there's time." Olivia's eyes met mine in the mirror, apologetic yet torn. I could see her struggle, wanting to speak, hesitant to stir trouble on her day. "Actually, Mrs. Langston," the coordinator cut in, checking her notes, "the schedule has the bride with her mother at 2:30, then the Langstons at 3. Evelyn's smile stiffened. "A mix-up, surely. We settled this yesterday. The Langston portraits take precedence, with so many key family members." "But Mom is," Olivia started. "Sweetheart, you don't want to kick off your marriage with drama, do you?" Evelyn interjected smoothly. "I'm sure your mother gets the logistics." The coordinator hesitated. "It's fine," I said, swallowing my hurt. "Keep it as Mrs. Langston wants." As I left, I overheard Evelyn murmur to someone, "Such a pity Olivia lacked a real maternal figure growing up. Just a secretary raising her alone. No wonder she needed us to steer this event." Her words struck hard. I froze in the doorway, gripping the frame. 26 years of late-night stories, extra shifts for Olivia's art classes, college essays polished past midnight, all reduced to nothing because I was just a secretary. In that instant, something snapped. This wasn't mere snobbery. It was a calculated effort to erase me from Olivia's milestone. Passing a mirror on my way to the side room, I saw a woman diminished by others' views. That wasn't me, not the fighter who'd raised a doctor-to-be. For Olivia, I'd endure this day with grace, but I was done being invisible, done letting the Langstons define me. The ceremony was stunning, a mix of classic vows and personal touches. Walking Olivia down the aisle, a role they couldn't strip without scrutiny, I stood tall despite their side's judging stares. Olivia glowed, her joy outshining everything as she pledged herself to Nathan. For those minutes, nothing else mattered. The reception, though, sharpened the divide. True to plan, I was at table 19 near the kitchen doors, seated with Nathan's old violin tutor, a caterer's spouse, and apparent fillers. As dinner began, Evelyn glided through the room, charming guests. At my table, her smile faded. "Samantha, I hope everything's satisfactory." Her tone was perfunctory. "The spot's a surprise," I said evenly. I'd hoped to be near Olivia for her reception. "We placed you with pleasant folks who won't overwhelm you," she replied. "Our crowd includes luminaries who might not relate to your career path." The slight was so smooth, so assured, I faltered briefly. "My career path put Olivia through medical school," I said, voice low but steady. "That feels noteworthy to me." Evelyn blinked, perhaps startled by my response. "Supporting a child is basic maternal duty," she said coolly, "though I suppose it's been tough on a secretary's pay." Good thing Nathan can give Olivia the life she deserves now. Before I could reply, she was pulled away by a cake-cutting glitch. I sat back, food untouched, old doubts creeping in. Had I erred by speaking? Would it strain Olivia? My phone lit up with a text from Victor Grayson. Venue looks stellar in the pics. You've raised a gem, Samantha. Drew's got the office covered. Call if you need me. It was a lifeline, a reminder of my worth beyond this room. Victor had greenlit my rare 2-day leave for the wedding and sent Olivia a lavish gift. Renewed, I mingled despite my isolation, chatting with table mates, dancing with Aunt Clara to her favorite tune, thanking the staff who seemed touched by the gesture. During a lull, Olivia found me by the bar. Mom, I just saw where they put you, she said, upset. I didn't know. I'd never have let that happen. It's okay, sweetheart, I said, holding her hand. This is your day. Don't fret. It's not okay, she insisted. Let me fix it with Evelyn. Olivia, Charles's voice boomed. The Hendersons are heading out. Say goodbye. They're big hospital donors. With a sorry glance, she was swept off, leaving me at the celebration's edge. Overhearing Evelyn nearby, I caught her words to a group. Yes, Olivia's roots are humble, but she's adjusted beautifully. Quite the climber, though we'd never say it. With no real guidance, her mother's just a secretary, you know. We've had to polish her edges. They giggled, glancing my way, then away when they saw I'd heard. That's when it hit me. No amount of patience would win their respect. I'd always be just a secretary to them, a footnote to scrub from Olivia's story. But what if I stopped chasing their approval and showed them who I really was? As I pondered, a familiar face approached. Thomas Reed, CEO of Apex Health, a major Midwest hospital network. Samantha Carter, he said warmly, offering his hand. Thought that was you. Been what, 3 years since that telecom deal? 4, I corrected, standing to greet him. How have you been? Thriving, thanks to that contract you guided, he said. Victor's lucky to have you. Mind if I sit? I'd love to catch up. As Thomas joined me, eyes turned our way. Evelyn watched, assessing. Didn't know you knew the couple, I said. I'm on the board with Charles, he replied. But I'm here for you. Been chasing a meeting with Victor about our telehealth project. His assistant says he's booked till October. That's Drew, I said, smiling. Victor's slammed, but I could slot you in for a late July breakfast if it's urgent. You've got that pull? Thomas asked, impressed. I've run Victor's world for 15 years, Mr. Reed. Little at Horizon Media escapes me. We chatted about industry trends, drawing a small crowd. A voice broke through. Samantha Carter from Horizon? I knew it. It was Margaret Voss, CFO of Summit Tech, with her husband, Senator Daniel Voss. Your daughter's the bride? Margaret said, delighted. She's your spitting image. As they sat, the senator's presence pulled more guests over. Olivia matched at City General for Pediatrics, Thomas bragged, as if her success reflected his taste in allies. Brilliant kid, Margaret agreed. Takes after you. Soon, my kitchen-adjacent table hosted Chicago's elite. Victor's wife, Lydia, arrived, kissing my cheeks and bemoaning my hidden spot. The mayor's advisor, Evelyn's prized guest, spent 10 minutes pitching a partnership to Senator Voss right behind me. Across the room, the Langstons watched, bewildered, then alarmed. Evelyn whispered to Charles, who kept glancing my way. Then Congressman Ethan Brooks arrived late, heading straight for me. Samantha, he called. Victor said you'd be here. Got a sec? Need your take on the infrastructure bill press release. He pulled up a chair, diving into policy like we were in a briefing. Evelyn approached, Charles behind her, smiled tight. Congressman Brooks, she gushed, cutting in. We're so honored you're here. I'm Evelyn Langston, Nathan's mother. Brooks glanced up, distracted. Nice event. Samantha and I are on a deadline. You've met Olivia's mother, Evelyn pressed, her tone thawing. Such a surprise to see you all bonding. Bonding, Margaret laughed. Samantha's why half of us get anything done with Horizon. She's a Chicago legend. Evelyn's smile locked. A legend? But she's, an executive assistant? To the CEO, I said calmly. Yes, that's me. Senator Voss chuckled. Titles undersell some folks. Samantha's brokered more deals than most bankers I know. Evelyn's face shifted as it sank in. The woman she'd belittled was tied to everyone she coveted. Respect flowed my way naturally, cracking her worldview. Samantha, she said, syrupy. I had no idea you were so connected. You should have mentioned it. Would it have changed anything? I asked softly. Her question hung there as the band called for toasts. My table mates dispersed, promising follow-ups. Margaret squeezed my shoulder. Thomas slipped me his card with a July breakfast note. As toast began, Charles, then Nathan's best man, I saw Evelyn darting around, whispering damage control. When the mother-son dance played, Nathan led Evelyn out while Charles took Olivia, sidelining me again. I steadied myself. This was Olivia's day, not my fight. Then Olivia broke from Charles, grabbing the mic. Thanks for celebrating with us, she said, voice strong. Tradition has a father-daughter dance, but I was raised by a single mom who was both parents. Mom, join me? A spotlight hit me at table 19. Evelyn stepped forward to intervene, but Charles held her back, their faces stiff. The band played You Are My Sunshine, a tune we danced to at her middle school talent show, a surprise Olivia planned alone. I'm sorry about today, she whispered as we swayed. Margaret told me you were stuck back here. She was livid for you. It's okay, I said, though we knew it wasn't. No, it's not, she said. I'm fixing it, starting now. Post-dance, she kept the mic. I want to talk about my mom. You know her at work, but I know her as the woman who worked double shifts for my robotics camp, edited my residency apps at 3 a.m., taught me classes about kindness, not cash. Tears pricked my eyes as she honored sacrifices I'd never sought credit for. Evelyn and Charles squirmed, their misstep dawning. A stir at the door. Victor Grayson strolled in, late and commanding. Evelyn rushed over, hand out. Mr. Grayson, what a thrill. We didn't know you knew the couple. Victor's gaze found me. I'm not here for them, Evelyn. I'm here for my right hand, Samantha, on her daughter's day. Her poise cracked. Of course we adore Samantha. So vital today. Satisfaction flickered, but worry followed. I hadn't invited Victor. Someone had. Lydia Grayson approached, kissing me. Margaret called, she murmured. Said you needed backup. Gratitude swelled, but so did caution. The Langstons wielded clout in healthcare, Olivia's field. Crossing them could backfire on her. Evelyn sidled up, neutral. Samantha, a seating mix-up. We've reset the head table. Join us whenever you're ready. A blatant save-face move now that my ties were clear. How generous, I said coolly. But I'm good here with friends. Her smile strained. I insist. Nathan's family should be united. We are, I said. Just not at your table. Her eyes flashed. Evelyn Langston didn't lose social chess matches easily. How far would I push without risking Olivia? The reception rolled on, tension simmering. Evelyn pivoted, now flaunting a faux bond, arming me for photos, calling me our Samantha near VIPs. I bore it, plotting my move. The chance came with the mother's speeches. Evelyn went first, all polish about unity and welcoming Olivia and her lovely mother. My turn. I took the mic, calm. 26 years ago, I was alone, pregnant, armed only with resolve and dreams. Today, I'm the mother of Dr. Olivia Carter, prouder than words can say. I spoke of Olivia's heart, her brilliance, thanked Nathan for his love, then paused, eyeing the Langstons. I've been called just a secretary today. True, I'm an executive assistant at Horizon Media, 15 years of pride. That title skips the million-dollar deals I've shaped, crises I've managed, events grander than this I've run. Murmurs spread. I believe we're judged by our deeds, not labels. Tonight, I've seen the amazing people who've lifted Olivia and me, folks who value integrity over wealth. I toasted Nathan and Olivia. May your life together rest on respect, true worth, and knowing every role matters, title or not. Applause roared. The Langstons sat stone-faced, their veneer shattered by my steady truth. Victor stood to shake my hand, a photo snapped by many, a telecom titan honoring just a secretary. Evelyn's facade was dust. Weeks later, the fallout rippled. The Langstons' bias, seen by their coveted peers, cost them. Evelyn lost her museum board seat, Charles a board chair bid. Quiet, sharp stings. Olivia and Nathan returned from their honeymoon to a shifted family dynamic. At their first dinner as hosts, Evelyn gifted me a pricey necklace, fishing for praise. How nice, I said mildly. It'll join my collection. Her deference was laughable, Charles's telecom small talk forced. I met it with grace. Not forgiveness, but triumph. A month on, Nathan called. We turned down Mom and Dad's house offer in their enclave. Got a place near the hospital. And you, Mom. Their social slip would fade, but our power shift wouldn't. They'd learned wealth doesn't define worth. And in clutching status, they'd boosted mine. Back at Horizon, I managed Victor's chaos as ever. Nothing changed, yet everything did. I wasn't just anything. I was Samantha Carter, valued pro, cherished mom, rightful at any table. 6 months later, a hospital gala invite arrived, a note scrawled, Mrs. Carter, you're at the head table as requested. I grinned, picturing Evelyn's face when just a secretary took her earned seat.